Well, hello, Quest. It's good to be with you again, even if we just do it on a video here of doing kind of an update for this week. And what I would like to concentrate on this today is the reality that we're entering into summer. You know, the school year and all of that is coming to a close. It's been a long, difficult school year and a really difficult year for all of us. In fact, I think we underestimate how difficult this has been, probably the impact that it's had on every person, how it has drained people. And as I interact with people at Quest and around our community, I would say one of the biggest things I hear people say is, I'm tired. I'm just tired. And I think that's reality. And so this summer, I would encourage each and every one of you and each and every one of us, and I would encourage myself to get rest, rejuvenate, invest in yourself some time and maybe some downtime in order to rejuvenate. Because I think this past year has been much more costly than we can ever imagine. And so I want to encourage you to do that. Now, it doesn't mean doing nothing. It probably means doing the right things at the right speed and in the right way, concentrating on the right things, the right people that are rejuvenating to your heart and to your mind and to your whole self, okay? So a lot of our small groups kind of not shut down necessarily. Some of them do shut down for the summer. But I think one of the important things too for this summer is to stay connected to some people. That is one of the things that's really important in life. God gave us himself to be connected to, and he gave us each other to be connected to, that we would encourage one another in the midst of all of this. And so I want to encourage you to find ways to stay connected with people, okay? Now, and I'm just going to highlight a couple this morning. One is the women's study that starts on, I think it's the 7th of June. They're going to study a book by Randy Alcorn called Heaven. It's going to be here at church. You can get all the information. It's probably on the screen. But you can be a part of that study. There's childcare. You need to arrange for that or let them know you're coming, and they'll arrange for that. But this is a study of knowing that God has put eternity in the hearts of men, of people, of men and women. It's in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 11, that he has put eternity in us. So that this transitory life that we live now is as important as it is, and it is vitally important. But we want this transitory life that we know is going to come to an end, that there is something beyond this too. And so what we do now is vitally important. But there is eternity out there, and the reality of that. And I think we sense that, because that's what's in the heart of every man, every woman. And whether they're a believer or not a believer, there's something about the afterlife that we connect to. Every culture in the history of the world has connected with an afterlife. And so what is that? And as the Bible describes heaven, understanding at least what the Bible does teach us about heaven and what we can understand about it is really, really important. So, gals, a 7-week study starting on the 7th of June, okay? Now, for you guys, if you need a place to kind of hang out for the summer, I want to encourage you to join us on Wednesday mornings at 6:30. Now, you're not going to have to come physically. We're going to do it on Zoom. And so you can connect to the time. We've already had this study going. But this summer, we're going to focus on, for 12 weeks in a row, we're going to focus on a study that's called God Will Make a Way. It's by a guy named Dr. Henry Cloud. And he's going to help us walk through some of the things that since life has its ups and downs, right? And we all do, right? That is the nature of life. We wish it would go perfectly. It never does. And frankly, until heaven, it never will. It is a reality that we live in a world that has its ups and downs. And we've experienced a ton of that in the last year here in the United States and really worldwide. There's been an amazing amount of ups and downs and difficulties and confusions. So I want to encourage you to maybe join us this summer and go through this study because when it has those ups and downs, there are some vitally important things that God wants us to know and do in order to live a life that's more stable, more consistent, more reliable, more successful, if you will, to know how to live this life. And I think that's what we're all trying to do, isn't it? Is figure out a way through this. But God has given us a blueprint, given us some directions, given us some things to know and to do that really make life work. It's been that way since the very beginning. God gives directives. In Deuteronomy, it says, I've given these things to you so that you know how to live, so that you can prosper. When we make up life for ourselves, we usually find ourselves at a dead end. And when we reach those dead ends, it's frustrating and discouraging. But I wonder if maybe if we understood how God made us, how he made us to function, what he made us to know and made us to do, it would help us be more successful. So every guy in Quails, every man, I would invite you to join us starting on the 16th of June. It's a Wednesday morning for a 12-week study. Now, you guys, we know that this summer, since last summer was so shut down with the pandemic, this summer, people are probably going to get out there and do vacations and be on the move a little bit more. We understand that, and I think that's good. The B2 shutdown has been very difficult, and I think very unhealthy in the long run for our emotional and spiritual health. So we understand. So go out, have fun, take the summer to rejuvenate and grow, but stay connected. It's one of the most important things we can do. And here's a women's study that'll start on the 7th of June, and a guy's study that'll start on the 16th that I think will be really helpful. I want to encourage you, stay connected. Give your life away. Let others invest in you. And this will be a much stronger, a much more enjoyable life. Okay? All right. Love you guys. We will see you again soon.